Okay guys, the 4 pillars to reverse or improve at the very least. Now, have you been diagnosed with either fatty liver, cirrhosis or hepatitis, anything to do with the liver, or type 2 diabetes, hypertension, overweight? Haven't got to be diagnosed with that. Or cholesterol, high bad cholesterol. Have you been diagnosed? Because if you have, at least you're a wake up. And therefore you'll know that you've walked in to your doctor with your symptoms. Hopefully. Having your symptoms, great. I walked into the hospital with cirrhosis, actually with a bung lung. 3 years ago, if it wasn't for the bung lung, I wouldn't have found out I had a bad liver. 50% of cirrhosis patients walk into a hospital finally, but they didn't know they had cirrhosis. So you can go 10, 20 years and no symptoms. That's the problem. But the problem is when you have the symptoms. Now there's clues before that. So you can either start now with fatty liver, 100% reversal chance, as everyone says, not just me, or you can wait till the death end. We've got everything covered in this book from the moment you walk in the door with the GP, how to deal with doctors, appointments, all the way through to death. The only book in the world to cover cirrhosis, ultrasound, portal hypertension. Those symptoms for decompensated cirrhosis are brain fog, hepatic encephalopathy, ascites, throat and gastric varices. You got those symptoms? Great, because you're close to death. But if you're back here, you got a chance. So it's like having a car accident, I say, when I was 18. I never had another car accident. In a strange way, it's good getting a symptom. If I didn't have a bung lung, I wouldn't have been able to fix up my liver. I fixed up the bung lung, that was a pleural effusion. What I fixed? I fixed ascites, 60 ml, a symptom, and a few others. Not everything. So that's just the symptoms. Oh, then you walk in the door, like me, 29th of May, 3 years ago, you got your abnormal blood test numbers. Now you might just be AST, ALT, a little bit over. Don't let that pass. Work on that. And if you've got fatty liver, you've got a 100% chance of reversing that. Now that's just one little tiny thing is your blood test numbers. Because if your AST, ALT go and the platelets in the formula FIB4, that's starting the fibrosis investigation. You just need the 2 panels for that. And fibrosis is the complication. So in the early stages, your worst thing is 50% increase in heart attack and stroke. That's no worries, is it? Well, cirrhosis is only 3%. So, would I rather cirrhosis or 3% or die of a heart attack 50%? Start early. Fix that up. Got all that in the book. Cholesterol and CT calcium score. So, start early. Fixing those blood test numbers. I've fixed up 81 blood test numbers. May 26. I don't have diabetes. Diabetes perfect. HbA1c 5.0. Cholesterol perfect. LDL 1.7. I know how to control it easily. No problem. HDL 1.9. No problem. There's no drugs for that, but there is for your HDL. Triglycerides 0.6. I've fixed up everything. Every blood test, every vitamin. Because if you don't know what your vitamin and minerals tests are. How can you go and eat? How can you go to the shops? You wouldn't know what to reverse. So all that's covered in the book, guys. Now, have you got your ultrasound, FibroScan, ELF test? Because RACGP now, mine didn't have it in 2023. It didn't exist in Australia. America brought it in, AASLD in 2023. So the Australia's finally woken up, thank you. First line test. Remember those 3 words, GP? From the RACGP to the GP, first line test. Ultrasound. Second line test, ELF test. And or FibroScan. I say both. I've done them both. My GP, fantastic. Never ordered them. I order them. You become your own patient advocate. Get them done. Get them done. I don't think I'll be taken to court by someone to go and get tested. We've got vans all around Australia. The Heart Foundation, the Diabetes Foundation, get tested. So I'm on board with them. I'm a salesperson for them. So guys, you don't know all this because you've only got a symptom. But you don't have anything to fix up except your symptoms unless you get tested. Assess to address. And when you do address, the bad thing is you got to fix them all, guys. And the good news is you can fix them all. Now I've still got a bit of a rough liver, but fixed up a lot of things. Ultrasound, liver came down 217 mil, 136, spleen 12.5 to 10.6, portal vein velocity up, portal vein width down, portosystemic collaterals gone. Fixed up a lot, not everything. Because I've come back from the dead. I wrote my will out. Yes. So I fix them up one by one, guys, and I've seen lots of stories about people with platelets just below 150. Their mother, their father, they let that go and they died because that's a sign of portal hypertension and cirrhosis. So guys, we've got a few things to fix up, assess to address, to be able to know what you're going to have to reverse. The easy thing is in the early days, no problem, and you might live another 40 years, all by reading this book, seeing the book.